What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the PLL Weekly Recap. My name is Steve Strings. I'm your host, and today we are going over Week 3, Game 4, Whipsnakes, Waterdogs. So, first things first, let's just talk about some of the pregame notes here. Not too much going on with this matchup pregame. This is obviously the Waterdogs' second game of their home stretch, so they played the day before this. They have another game right about 24 hours later, which is obviously the new wrinkle with the PLL having home cities this year. Let's see how they can handle it. So far, in the first two weekends, the teams that had to play back-to-back have gone 2-0 and 1-1. So pretty much touching on every result possible so far. We don't know how this trend of the teams playing two games back-to-back is going to finish this season, but let's see. Will the Waterdogs be the first team to go 0-2 over their back-to-back games, or will they be able to swing back to 500 and go 1-1? A huge aspect of their performance that a lot of people are wondering about is how are they going to handle the face-offs. Obviously, in their game on Saturday, they did terrible. Pretty much won, what, like 2 or 3 face-offs maybe? Hopefully, they can get a little bit more going this game, because if they don't, and these don't win face-offs, I mean, you're giving up so much possession. I know their coach doesn't think it's that important or that big of a deal, but anyone watching, it's obvious. They can't get the ball after they score. Only one note this week for the Whipsnakes. They actually have moved Zedd Williams to midfield, which I think is a really interesting decision because Zedd Williams, first of all, is a true attackman. I mean, I know he's versatile, I know he's athletic, but he's a big boy. He's not super mobile. He can definitely move, but, he's not the fastest guy. He's not the most agile guy. He's a big power, strength, post you up type of guy. I get the idea because you already have one of those with Matt Rambo at attack, but I just don't see Zedd as a midfielder. I mean, he's a great player. Let's see how he does, but weird decision. So without wasting any more time, let's get right into the game. So the first score of the game comes within the first 60 seconds. It's actually a pole goal, and a kind of weird pole goal at that. Squire grabs the rebound right here and just puts it away real quick. Soft hand sitting right in the crease. Great goal. Love seeing a pole score. Kind of interesting. Usually you see him taking those long range shots, but a nice doorstep finish there. Also, a quick note, when the PLL was showing the video package for this game, they were showing clips of the Waterdogs fans, and they were referring to them as the K9 crew. I mean, it's a little cringe. I don't know. I don't think every fan base needs a name. I know everyone wants the PLL army. I know it's not a name, but every group of fans has a name. You don't need it. I mean, the K9 crew, it's a little cringe in my opinion. So we get this play from Michael Sowers a bit later in the quarter, which I thought was really funny because he hits about 15 seconds worth of a dodge. Here's his first dodge, second dodge, falls, drops the ball, walks back, resets the play, goes for another dodge, kind of gets stuffed, rolls back again, dumps it, draws 2 slides, draws another slide. Nice finish on the crease, but I just thought that was funny from Sowers, dodging for a whole 20 seconds basically. He made a nice play, he made it work, but it was kind of funny to watch. The Whipsnakes come back a few seconds later and get a goal, but another just kind of funny thing, I know everyone knows about this, but Dillon Ward just stands so high in his crease. I'll show you another clip later where he's even completely out of the crease, but I just think it's crazy watching the way he plays. All these goalies play very different in this league, which is very interesting to watch. But he's like a soccer goalie. It's nuts. So I was kind of questioning Zedd Williams being placed at midfield because obviously that means he's going to get stuck on defense at least a few times, and I don't think he has the quickest feet. But what Zedd doesn't have in speed, he definitely makes up in power, and he lets Sowers feel that one. I mean, good job from him. I mean, that's a slide that even will make any defender proud. I know I got called for a foul, but oh well, still nice to see. And add that to the highlight reel of Sowers or Garnsey getting laid out every week. I mean, thank God Sowers wears that Q collar. He would have level 10 CTE by now if he didn't. So pushing on to the second quarter, we get kicked off with our scoring when Kieran McArdle dodges on Matt Dunn and actually puts a real simple move on him and gets a nice crease dive finish. Always exciting to see a crease dive. But this was impressive for McArdle considering who was playing defense on him. But that dive was picture perfect. What a play. And then Matt Dunn decides he's going to get revenge for that goal that he just let up. He ventures down the field, catches a pass, and lets a nice shot fly. This one, you can tell Matt Dunn doesn't get many opportunities here because as good of a shot that was, his form definitely was looking a little awkward. But for a guy that doesn't really score many goals, he got himself into a good position there and put it away nicely. I genuinely cannot remember the last time I saw Matt Dunn even take a shot, nevertheless score like that. Towards the end of the second quarter, we get a nice sight for sore eyes for all Waterdogs fans out there. Currier has been unleashed, free to do everything he wants on offense, not worried about the face-offs or anything like that anymore. He catches the ball once again on the wing, just quick little swim dodge, drives inside, couple fakes, finishes nice clean play. I love watching Currier play because he moves like water. He's one of those guys, you can tell he doesn't really have a plan. He just goes out there and just reacts. and it's exciting. That's one of my favorite types of players. You know, there's other guys where you can kind of see like they know what move they're about to do. The Dodgers are playing, they're playing like within the game plan, but I feel like when Zach Currier plays, he just gets the ball and kind of does whatever he wants. His play is super creative and he just flows like water. It's crazy. At this point in the game, it's real late in the first half, and the Waterdogs have been getting cooked at the FaceOff X, which is predictable. They haven't won a single FaceOff yet, barely even make a fight of most of these. And then it's like the saddest thing I've ever seen. Like the Waterdogs literally stopped trying. I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding. They quite literally, I guess coach told them, do not try in the face-off, because for the Waterdogs, whoever they got up here taking the face-off, I just can't see who it is at the moment. Before the whistle even blows, he stands up, which is a violation obviously, takes 2 steps back, and the Whipsnakes face-off guy and the ref, they're both confused. I mean, the ref's looking at him like, what are you doing? And he's like, no. It's a penalty. Call the penalty, sir. He was literally just like, I mean, look at this. This is sad, man. I mean, talk about like just giving up. And I was like, all right, I guess, like, if you want it, like, come on, like, do better, at least try. So, coming into the second half, the Waterdogs are leading by 1 goal. They're up 5-6 on the Whipsnakes, and we get another somewhat funny play from Michael Sowers here. Guy I respect and love the effort, but it just kind of looks funny, like, the ball is slowly dribbling out of bounds, and he jumps, you know, tries to slap it in. It looked good for the cameras, but, you know, in effect, didn't work. Sorry, Sowers. A few minutes thereafter, Chanachuk catches one time and room at the top of the 2-point arc, and he hits his signature 2-point shot, bringing it to 32 2-point shots in his career, which I'm not sure what the all-time record is. It might be him, honestly, but if it's not him, he's got to be climbing up the ranks for that real fast. And his form is just so sweet. I mean, everyone loves a good, you know, long-range shot in lacrosse, in any sport really, NBA 3-pointer, something like that, but even his form, it's just so beautiful. I mean, that's some like Steph Curry, Klay Thompson level of beauty on that release he's got. And I don't have a specific clip for this, but I just want to give a shout out to every single D-midi in this league, because they're all so damn good. Like, it's nuts. A lot of the times with a lot of these guys, like, they're not even worried when their D-midi has like a bad matchup with an attackman, because they're all just so damn good and strong. Shout out to Danny Logan, shout out to Scarpello on the Waterdogs, shout out to Isaiah Davis-Allen on the Redwoods. I see you guys putting in work, underappreciated position. So about 4 minutes into the half, we're all tied up, and Zedd Williams makes me absolutely eat my words from earlier in the video. He catches this one in a similar position as Chanachuk at the top of the arc, takes 1 step to the right and just lets one go. I mean, this one, it didn't even look like he was trying on this. It didn't look like a good shot. Like, when he let this go, I was like, bro, like, that's never going in, but it did, and it looked nice. He's definitely more versatile than I thought. Obviously with that hit on Sowers earlier in the game, playing solid defense, now a 2-point shot from an attackman, I mean, hey, sorry I questioned you, Zedd, my bad. Also, once again, I don't have a clip for this, but the commentators need to shut the fuck up and talk about lacrosse. There's a good 2-minute stretch where they were talking about like parking and like parking passes and getting to the stadium while the game was going on. Like, I get it if it's like a commercial break or there's penalties, but like, guys, Anish and Quint and Ryan Boyle, I could care less about your guys' parking habits in high school and how long it took you to walk to the field and how Ryan Boyle has privileged parking in Philadelphia because he played on the... I don't care. I don't care. Talk about the damn game. All right, sorry for my rant that didn't have to do with lacrosse. Let's get back to the game. We get another really slick Zach Currier shot. He's definitely got his swagger back. He has a nice little face dodge, and I don't know if you guys noticed that, but he gets this little subtle, like, I don't want to call it a hitch really, but he takes like a half step where he really doesn't need to after the face dodge right here. He takes like that little half step, which definitely freezes the keeper. And just like I said, Zach Currier moving like water. And then about 2 seconds later, another great play from Zach Currier. Catches the ball up on the wing, driving to his left, puts the shoulder in, toe drag, then he rolls away from it, you know, drops a little pass, doesn't get an assist, but he's just rolling off defenders, slick like butter, can't get a hand on him. I mean, I like Zach Currier a lot. I mean, you see why he was the midfielder of the year, what, 1 or 2 years ago. Now, right exactly after that slick little Zach Currier play, Matt Dunn intercepts the ball, goes all the way down the field, makes a nice little fake. He's commanding traffic, drives all the way in, another goal. I mean, 2 goals for Matt Dunn in 1 game. I mean, is hell freezing over? What's going on there? Super happy for him, obviously, especially for someone who doesn't score that much. He's out there commanding traffic, pointing to the attackman. This is where I want you. For a guy who doesn't usually take the ball up like that, It's impressive to see. Moving on, only a few seconds left in the third quarter. Jack Carraway scores one of the weirder goals I've seen this season. He's running left, switches back to his right, completely off balance. His body's twisted all sorts of weird ways. His hand is like too high on his shaft, and somehow he sticks it top right. I mean, that was weird. I can't really get over that one. All right, we are now in the fourth quarter, crunch time, and honestly, nothing much really happens for the first like 4.5 minutes. Coming in the quarter, the Whipsnakes are leading the Dogs by 1 goal, 12-11. And like I said earlier, we get another one where Dillon Ward is completely out of his crease on this shot. And this game had a lot of action for long pulls. We get another one, this time from the Waterdog point of view. Ben Randall, how do you say his name? He's running down the field, puts some really soft touch on this pass to Sowers, who finishes really, really well here. The fact that he's able to control this ball, get his shot off, while he's in traffic, eating contact as quick as he did, just shows why he's elite. Look at the touch on that pass. And in stride, I mean, he doesn't even really like, when Sowers catches this, like, usually, you know, you baby the ball, and it doesn't even look like he does. I mean, he just straight up goes from, like, in one motion, catches this ball, and it's out. That's elite. And here comes that man again, having one of the better games I've seen from a midfielder so far this season. Zach Currier, nothing too special, just, you know, a quick fake to the right, runs to the middle, gets his, I mean, I can't even say he got his hands free, because he didn't, puts the shoulder down through contact, falling away, lets it go right in the net. A little bit of beef after the play. I think Bernhardt like stood over him a little. Nothing too rough, nothing too crazy, just a little pushing. But Zach Currier, man, I mean, if he plays like this all season, that's like, this is like MVP level of play. He played insane this game. So the score of the game is 14-13 with 4 minutes left. From the 4-minute mark to the 1-minute mark, the game just got really sloppy on both sides. A lot of turnovers. Both teams couldn't really get much done. And that is until Colin Heacock, who's having a way better season than last year, already has as many points as he did in last season, catches this feed and another really strange, crazy shot. He didn't really have his feet set. His feet were like pointing towards like the near post almost, and somehow he's able to whip it all the way back around to the far side pipe. Two strange shots, that one from Carraway and now this one from Heacock. So that goal actually tied the game. And then with 11 seconds left, the Waterdogs have possession. The ball is in Michael Sowers' stick. Two-man game between him and Zach Currier. Exactly what you want. Your two best players. Sowers is dodging. Wide open man on the crease and he doesn't pass it. What are you doing? Oh my God, that's such a choke from a great passer, a great feeder like Sowers. He doesn't make that pass. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Wow, the Whipsnakes got lucky. So because of that crazy missed opportunity, I don't know how he doesn't throw that pass. For the second time this weekend, the Waterdogs are going to OT. Now, we know what happened last game against the Cannons. The Cannons face-off guy gets the ground ball or out the face-off and scores like 5 seconds into it. Just a minute after the period starts, Zach Currier drives to his left again, throws a fake, finds McArdle wide open on the crease, throws a couple of fakes again, and he misses. That's two spot-on, beautiful opportunities from point blank for the Waterdogs that they cannot convert on in the clutch time. I mean, seriously, if there is a guy on the Waterdogs that you want wide open on the crease right there, it's Kieran McArdle, and he can't. Dude, he just didn't put it away. Shout out to the keeper. Elite save, elite mentality at a big point in the game. And then as a Redwoods fan, this pains me. I'm having flashbacks. Rambo hits the same exact move on Ben Randall that he hit on Matt Landis to win the 2019 championship. Just driving from X, using that big body, taking his left hand and just shooting through contact. He scores another OT winner with the exact same move, and that's the game. The Waterdogs go 0-2 on the weekend. 2 overtime games, both of them ending in heartbreak. So a few post-game notes and good performances that I want to highlight. The Waterdogs went 0 for 31 from faceoff. Let me say that again. 0 for 31. Let me say that one more time. 0 for 31. I think Coach Tierney must be thinking about bringing on a face-off guy, right? Like, he's gotta. I mean, the fact that you can't even win one just from creating some chaos on a scrum ground ball, you guys couldn't get one win on the face-off. One! Nah, but you don't need a face-off guy. That's all right, Coach. I definitely have respect for Coach, but his first season in the pros so far is definitely a disappointment. I mean, he's getting a thumbs down from me. He's getting out-coached by all these guys. The Waterdogs have tons of talent, but they just can't put it together so far. So, notable performance from the players. You guys heard me talking about Currier all video. He finished the game with 3 goals and 2 assists. Marcus Hudgens, the rookie depot, had a great game, 4 caused turnovers, 3 ground balls. And Charlie Hayes, the short stick D midi, had 2 caused turnovers and 4 ground balls. So for D midi is a nice stat line to put up. Respect to him. On the Whipsnakes side of things, I don't know how to feel about that Zedd Williams game because he did impress me a little bit. He proved he was a little more versatile, but he also went 1 for 9 shooting, putting up poor dates out here. Matt Dunn, with at least the offensive game in his life, he did play great defensively. He finished the game stuffing the stat sheet. 3 caused turnovers, 2 ground balls, and 2 goals from the big long pole. And finally, Joe Nardella, 31 for 31, won 100% from faceoff. I mean, look, he's not even taking faceoffs against a real faceoff guy, but still, going 100%, gotta shout him out. So not only does that wrap up this game here, that wraps up the entirety of week 3. I've made a recap on every single game from this week, so there's no PLL games this weekend. Pretty much have a whole league bye week. So if you're missing watching that PLL action on live TV, you can watch the recaps and just experience the games, get some of that lacrosse vibe back in your life. We'll be doing the same thing next week, covering all 4 games of the week. I'm super excited. It's going to be the first neutral location. I think next week is Minnesota, which is the first time the PLL has traveled there. Super excited to see what the crowd's like there, what the energy's like in that building. And yeah, that's really it for me. Thank you guys for watching. If you liked the video, drop a like. I don't ask you for likes until the end of the video because I want you guys to see it first, and then you can judge it if you like it. If you don't like it, drop a comment and let me know what I could improve here. Thank you guys very much. I'll see you after the games next week. Have a good day.